It goes without a single doubt in my mind, this team, West Toronto Prep, is single-handedly the worst high school football team of all time. After watching that 2-minute video, there's no way you can tell me otherwise. As I'm getting ready to go to bed late last night, well, it wasn't really late, it was 10 p.m., but that's besides the point. Getting ready for the games on Saturday, I think to myself, you know what? Let me go on Twitter real quick. I click on the little bird app, I go to my For You page, and I see this right here in bold letters, trending in the United States. Bishop Sycamore. When I first saw that, some of you probably had the same reaction to me if you saw it too. I was like, okay, why in the heck is Bishop Sycamore trending? What's going on? I knew it wasn't good. For those of you that don't know, if you don't know, you got to be living under a rock. Around this time last year, this imaginary school, Bishop Sycamore, not going to dive into all that mess. If you want to know more about it, go watch some videos from last year. They finessed, they fleeced ESPN, and somehow, some way got to play IMG Academy on national television, and it was bad. The funny part about it is I actually remember watching this game live, and I'm going, why in the heck did IMG Academy schedule this awful team? And number two, why did ESPN allow this game to happen? And next thing we know, it comes out that Bishop Sycamore wasn't a real team. There was a whole scandal going on with that. I'm not going to dive into all of that. We know what happened. That's boring. Anyways, getting back on topic with this video, I click on the Bishop Sycamore tag or whatnot, and I see this picture. I gotta be completely honest with all of you. I like to be transparent. I thought it was a joke. If you have Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. By the way, go follow me on Twitter. You never know what to believe. You'll see all these parody accounts tweeting out breaking news, this happened, that happened, and I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I get caught. I believe some things that aren't true. There's no way, come on now, you can admit it. There's no way you haven't been tricked on Twitter before. So with that being said, I didn't think it was true. I thought it was a joke because we all know that IMG Academy, they're one of the best high school football programs in America. They're always beating up on teams, so I thought somebody photoshopped this. I just thought it was a kid who thought it'd be funny to Photoshop IMG Academy was winning 96-0 at halftime. But little did I know and come to find out, it was true. As you can see on your screen right here, IMG Academy has 96 points before halftime. There's 16 seconds to go, and West Toronto Prep out of Canada has 0. Now, if you're anything like myself, and I think a lot of you are on this channel, you're probably sitting there thinking, how in the crap is this even possible? Remember playing NCAA 13, 12, 11, and 14? It was dang near impossible to score, like 60 to 70 points at half? So how does a team in real life score 96? I'm not going to do the math because I'm not a nerd, but that's pretty much a touchdown every couple of minutes. Essentially speaking, if West Toronto Prep just took a knee on every single play, there's no way this could happen. Oh yeah, by the way, I completely forgot. We're not doing no intro, none of that. If you like the content, consider subscribing. If you don't like it, don't subscribe. It's free. I don't know why you wouldn't, but let's get back into it. My immediate reaction to this is, number one, how did this happen? How did IMG score 96? And number two, is this a real and legit team, or is this another Bishop Sycamore? It's not far-fetched to say this is another made-up team, because they gave up 96 points before halftime. So me being the curious person I am, and I thought it'd be an interesting video, I said, hey, why not? Let me do some research. The first thing I did, I went to the comments, wanted to see what some other people are saying, and apparently this is a real school. This person stated, I'm from Toronto and can confirm that it's actually a real school. They just shouldn't be on the field with some of these schools, and that's respectable. Whoa, hold on. I know what you're sitting there saying. Yo, Matt, that's some random guy on Twitter. He could be trolling, and I get it. That's just one comment. I saw a bunch of people saying, no, it is a real school. They just suck. So I did my own digging and research, and I found their real Instagram page. As you can see right here, it's kind of strange that they follow more people than they actually have followers, but hey, it is what it is. Going into it, first things first, you see their bio and whatnot. It seems okay. It says the first American prep program in the 6, which means Canada. And then you can tell it's some old head running the account because they got like 10 hashtags in the Instagram bio. I mean, come on now. It's 2022. Who is using hashtags? This isn't 2011 or 2012 where we're doing hashtag to be honest and hashtag rate. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Back in the day, that's how you originally pulled girls. You'd post a TBH or rate on your Instagram and they like it and you give them a TBH and the next thing you know, you got 10 girls on your phone. All right, I'm getting a little sidetracked. Let's get serious. As you can see, they got 99 posts, but even the post, it looks fishy itself. So I was like, let me make sure this isn't a first-year team like Bishop Sycamore, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Their first post on Instagram was July 15th, 2017, and here's what they said. 2017 roster is coming along, but we still have room for real student athletes. We already have a game against a top-ranked team. I find that very odd that you don't even have a full roster, yet you're scheduling some of the top teams in the country. Does that make any sense to anybody? Let me break this down for some of y'all so maybe you can relate. This is equivalent to your public school team that's probably going 2-8, 3-7 every year, schedule an IMG Academy. They're not going to have a chance, and they're going to get embarrassed. But to go on top of that, I understand this is a quote-unquote prep school, but you still suck. Why are you scheduling the best teams in the country? I don't know. Also, in 2017, they posted this picture. Looks like it was taken with a toaster oven that says, "Things have been coming together. Looking forward to more cohesiveness this week against Capital Prep, Hartford, Connecticut." You know what this looks like to me? This guy right here, he's probably running the page, and it looks like he's thinking, hey, why not? I should just create a football team myself. We should be okay. And why not? Let's also throw IMG Academy on the schedule. That's what it looks like to me, but let's continue to go on up. Oh yeah, by the way, you're getting my live reaction to this. I have never seen any of this stuff. This is also how you can tell they're a real team, because in 2018, one of their guys, he committed to a college that not committed, my bad. He signed to a college that I believe's in Canada. This is a real football team. With Bishop Sycamore, you looked at him, you was like, okay, these guys don't even look like they can compete. But this football team, just from the pictures I've seen, they look like they can actually play, and they got the proof and evidence that their guys are going to colleges. Now, I'll show you another picture right here. This is their defensive end. He signed to go to a college. That's pretty much for their Instagram, scrolling up from about 2018 to 2020. Not too much to say. Oh yeah, I do need to throw this in there. I went to their most recent post, and a lot of people was clowning them in the comments, so they deactivated their comment section. I found that pretty funny, and I also found it funny that other people was doing their research. Here's another interesting thing to note. I also found their Twitter, and it was active last night, but recently they've deactivated their Twitter. Not too sure why they did that. There's nothing too much to show you. It's similar to their Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelt, because here's where things really, and I mean really, start to get interesting. You don't gotta be a rocket scientist to come to the conclusion and figure out that they've probably lost some other games before this one. I happened to find their record against previous teams, and yeah, it's shocking. Up to this point in the season, West Toronto Prep is 0-6. I don't think that's gonna shock anybody. But here's what might shock you: these scores to the other teams. Their first game, they only lost 7-0. That's not too bad, but it is embarrassing not even scoring a point. Their second game against Cathedral Prep, they lost 58-6. After that one, kept it respectable, lost 14-0. But here's where it starts to get bad again. They lost to McDowell 61-0, and then McCallie, which is in Chattanooga, Tennessee, 55-0. I've never heard of these other schools. I'm sure they're good or whatnot. I think I've heard of Cathedral Prep, but I know McCallie. That's a powerhouse in Tennessee. I could be wrong on that, but I'm almost 99% sure McCallie is a powerhouse. So here's my question. Why are they scheduling these schools? And last but not least, recently they lost to IMG Academy 96-0 at halftime. I know this may sound crazy, but I can understand losing 55-0 or even 61-0. I get that. That happens in college football. Whenever these big time schools like an Ohio State plays an FCS program, we see them beat them all the time like this. But the major red flag, the major concern is 96-0 at half. Do some of y'all understand that means IMG Academy was on pace to score nearly 200? It had to get to the point where this other team, West Toronto Prep, was handing points to IMG. Luckily enough for you guys, I have found a 2-minute clip, or it's actually about a minute and 45 seconds, of every scoring play for IMG Academy and just how bad West Toronto Prep is. Let me make this clear. I haven't seen it, so whenever I react to it, you're getting my raw reaction. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm going to assume we're going to see some pick sixes, maybe some fumble return touchdowns, and just flat out terrible football from the other team. I get it. IMG has all these 4- and 5-star recruits, but to give up 101.5, you had to hand them points. All right, Matt, blah, 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 Joe Schmo, wrote a clip. All right, y'all, live reaction, Matt in the building. By the way, shout out to this hey, that's my name, Mr. Matthew College Football. He pretty much watched a 3-hour film session and broke down all of these scoring plays. Shout out to him. Yeah, let's just get into it. I don't even know what to say. Let's check it out.
That is the running back. Shavati takes the snap. They're going to look into the air, and down he
Okay, so it's safe.
Receivers out to the left of Bradford. They'll swing this one to Winston Watkins, and they will side. The snap is low. Shavati's going to have to just fall on it, and he lets
whoa, what?
Snap.
The quarterback. Did I see that right? Or am I tripping? The quarterback gave up on it. Oh, I'm just in shock. See, I'm telling you, they had to just give up. Why didn't he dive for it? Playing like Cam Newton in the Super Bowl.
Is low. Shavati's going to have.
What are you doing? Nah. I'm trying to rationalize it. Maybe he was thinking, I don't know, maybe he just didn't want to get hurt. Or whatever, let's just get to move on.
Have to just fall on it, and he lets the
What is he doing? Maybe he thought it was going to be a safety.
snap bounces to the punter and just tries to get it away. It is blocked, and then it is.
Dude.
As well as the Toronto Raptors, and this
what
one might
the-
go out of the back of the end.
Hold on. That is the second player that didn't dive on the ball. I get these are bad. That wasn't even a bad snap. He just dropped it, didn't he?
Now the handoff to Evan Dickens running right side. Has some space to the 20, 15. Cuts back at the 12,
All right,
10, 5.
This is
touchdown.
acceptable. This is just IMG being IMG.
The air. Steps up, fires across the middle. It's Winston
See,
Watkins
I don't have a
Jr. to
problem
the
with
10.
this.
5 shakes him.
But it's when the other team is
I believe
just
it's Jonathan Eccles.
giving them points.
Fires across the middle.
Dang, 57
Takes
and
the
a half.
snap. The handoff to Johnson. Turns on the Jets at the 10. Cuts up to the 5 and barrels into the end.
That dude got trucked.
Fire this to Carnell
Reminds me of
Tate.
me in high school.
He's got space and
Doing the
tries
trucking.
to shake one to the 30, 20, 15, 10. Cuts back at the 5, 41
That's
yards.
just too easy. 71
Now the snap.
to
This
6.
one gets away from
Dude, what
Shavati.
up
It
with
is
this
scooped and into the.
snapper? Hold on, man. This snapper, dude. This is what I'm saying. They just had to hand him points. And what's up with this quarterback not diving after the ball?
Now the snap. This one gets away from Shavati. It is scooped and into the. And this
Oh
one
my
gets away from him.
gosh.
Pressure coming. Shavati's going to have to fall
All right,
on
at
it.
least he dove
It's
for
into
it.
the end zone and. Right.
It was a safety.
The snap. This time they handed Donovan Johnson running up the middle. Sheds 2 tackles. 10-5 touchdown.
Touchdown.
Shavati awaits the snap. It's high. And
What just happened?
progress is stopped. It looks
Another
like he may
safety.
get
This is
front of the-
embarrassing.
snap.
89.
And Freeman's
Hey,
going
what
to
is
keep it
this
himself.
video
Tries to bounce
quality?
to the outside. Gets the stiff arm. Cuts upfield to the 15. 10, 5.
Okay, so that is how they scored. What was it? Yeah, 96. But I just want to go back to this play one more time.
The snap is low.
Why did he not
Shavati's going to
dive
have
for
to just
that?
fall on it, and he lets the ascent.
Let's get back into the commentary. Wow, that's interesting. Like I said, I get IMG. They're really good, and they are good. But there's no excuse for what I just watched. There's no way anybody can try to argue and try to tell me that other team was trying. It looked like they couldn't care less to be out there. They weren't trying. They was handing them points. And the saddest part about this, Bishop Sycamore, number 1, wasn't a real team. Number 2, their head coach was supposed to be in jail. Number 3, their players were like 25 and 30 years old. And yet, Bishop Sycamore with complete scrubs did better than this. That's the saddest part about it. And in my opinion, Bishop Sycamore is better than this team. You can't tell me otherwise. After watching that film, what do you want me to say? They're good? They're not even bad. Whatever is the worst of the worst, that's what they are. The only thing I can try to make up and assume is that maybe they had that fear factor and they was scared of IMG. But like we looked at their schedule, they was playing other great teams and powerhouses as well. It's not like they were playing all these terrible public schools and then they went into IMG. No, they should be used to this competition. It goes without a single doubt in my mind, this team, West Toronto Prep, is single-handedly the worst high school football team of all time. After watching that 2-minute video, there's no way you can tell me otherwise. That's all I gotta say. I am very curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But right about